Hello, subscribers. This is yours truly, JBlue68, coming to you with my next comic book review, or a comic book review. This won't be a comic book haul. Today is Wednesday, June the 26th, Comic Book Day. Happy Comic Book Day. Before I get into this video, though, I want to say thank you to my subscribers. Thank you for subscribing to my channel, for liking, sharing, and commenting. Please continue to do so. And tap the notification bell so you get more videos like this as I post them immediately. First, I have to say, though, this book is not meant for children. As you see in the description below, Sandman Twitch is written by Todd McFarlane. So far, there are 4 books that are out. I don't have issue number 4. I have issue numbers 1 through 3. And I'm specifically going to highlight issue number 3. Sandman Twitch are 2 detective cop characters created in the world of Spawn, who normally investigate the paranormal and supernatural activities that are going on with Spawn. But this is this book is a kind of a take away from that type of storyline that we're used to. And again, it's not a book for kids. Because of the language. It has strong language, and there is profanity, some nudity, and violence. The first 2 books start off with our 2 main characters doing their typical everyday investigation of crime and violence through city life. And here are the first 2 books. Here's it's Sandman Twitch Case Files from Image Comics. Here's book number 1, that fantastic cover there. And then here's book number 2. Okay, I have them in the protected Mylars, of course. All right, so it's books 1 and 2. Both characters have different ways of doing things. Sam is more hardcore, unhinged, dogmatic, and he skates on the edge of being a rogue cop. Twitch is a more calm, by the book, well-mannered, well-tempered investigator. There are different methods of doing things. It's finally led them to an altercation between the 2, at least to a falling out of the and a separation between the not so dynamic duo. They've been together for years, but again, finally they have bumped heads, where as I said, the not so dynamic duo has separated, which leads into book number 3 that I want to highlight here. And I want to say too that these covers are absolutely fantastic. The artwork is drawn by the artist, you remember his name, Simon, I think it's Simon or Simone's Kudransky, who does a fantastic job on all the covers. And again, like I said, I have issue number 4, but unfortunately, it's on my pull list, but it hasn't been delivered yet. We're going to take a look at some of the artwork of the pages from these books. Some of the pages, unfortunately, I cannot show because, as I mentioned, this book is filled with some nudity and violence. So there are only certain pages I can show, unfortunately, to you. McFarlane Image Comics, they use cardstock with most of their books. I tip my hat off to them for doing that, which is expensive material, but for some reason they're able to keep the prices down to only $2.99 per comic. Well, with this book, I can't show you the first page because again, it's very, very violent and explicit content on the first page of this book. But I want to show you the artwork here, as you can see. I'm going to do a close-up shot of this, if I can. There we go. Okay. So as you can see, the artwork there, very detailed. And again, Sandman Twitch steers away from paranormal, supernatural elements of the possessed characters that we usually see. It's a mystery, thriller, crime drama of epic proportions, and I can truly say that. It's very atmospheric and creepy, dark and creepy. McFarlane digs deep into forensic cases. You would almost think that he is a forensic scientist himself, based upon uh, the narrative of the story and what's going on in terms of a lot of the characters and situations. Um, Again, and it's very mortifying artwork. I can't show the artwork, as I said, unfortunately, because it's very graphic. Get some of that glare out of there if I can. Let's see, let me turn it maybe this way. Yeah, there we go. That's a little better. It's very graphic. There's a lot going on with these characters. Um, there's it's the again, the mortifying artwork is of dead bodies and body parts, literally. So I can't show that um, here on YouTube. It's a sadistic and surreal look into the dark souls of people, the elements of murderers and shady cops, which this dude is right here, definitely. The artwork is also, as I mentioned, atmospheric, is dark and beautiful at the same time. The usage of the lettering is brilliant. It's not the typical word bubbles that you see in a comic book. I like the way they have the wording here. It's almost like reading a letter or a text or something like that when they're talking. It's again, the usage of the lettering is brilliant. It's not the typical, as I said, word bubbles. It's an escape of two familiar cops in the world of Spawn that explores the everyday work, their everyday work as detectives with a twist. Again, Sam being the reckless bully and tainted half, Twitch being the more leveraged and logical tempered half of the duo. And let me see if I can show you more artwork from the pages of the book. Nope, can't show that. Can't show that. I think I can show this. Okay, there we go. So I can show that. Again, I'm trying to get a lot of that glare out of there. We kind of shrink that a little bit. Okay, there we go. Yeah, so, but yes, it steers away from the paranormal, supernatural elements of the possessed character of Al Simmons, which is a devil-ridden hellspawn, and focuses on real events one may read in real world read in real world events, news or news headlines. Thus far, this book has gone completely under the radar. For some reason, a lot of comic book readers haven't noticed it, haven't done any reviews on it. I'm surprised because again, it's very well done. I really tip my hat off to Todd McFarlane and his work and what he's done on this particular book. I don't know how many issues there are. This is issue 3. As I said, I have issue number 4. Excuse my hoarse voice. Excuse me. Let me drink some water. Okay. Yeah, so, and it's truly a shame that it has not gotten the recognition that it should. I'm uncertain how many issues there will be, but if it continues in this direction, it might wind up being my comic book of the year series. And again, I can't show all the artwork and the drawing because some of the artwork is truly disturbing. I actually read the book with music accompaniment because the content of the story actually lured me into doing that, giving it even a more dark and moody. Let me see if I can show these pages. Dark and moody type of dark mood for reading the book. I love to read some of my comic books with music accompaniment, and in this case, I actually had the music of John Carpenter, who did compose the music to The Fog, and I was actually listening to the music of The Fog. And coincidentally, of course, The Fog is actually one of the comic books in my collection from my comic book haul that I did recently, and I actually featured some of the comic books of Todd McFarlane in that haul. I think it was King Spawn and Spawn, the main book, and just those two, I believe. He's truly trying to build the Spawn universe as he said he was going to do. He has several books that are out now. Spawn, as I mentioned, King Spawn, The Scorched, and Gunslinger Spawn. and he has 4 more books that he's working on to build the Spawn universe. I can't say if I'm going to buy all of them, but I'll buy most of them. More than likely, I think I will. And of course, the music of The Fog is very dark and sinister. That made the reading even more dramatic, I must say. Okay, so let's see if we can show any more pages here. I think I can show these. Yeah, so you got that right there. And what's even more disturbing about this story and its plot is that the shit that happens in here actually happens in real life. Specifically in terms of like the murders that are occurring. It's been all kinds of there've been all kinds of uncanny and inhuman murders in the news of late. I'm sorry if you hear any noise in the background. There's some noisy ass kids out here whose parents don't watch with them and what they're doing, and they just come outside and do anything they want. But anyway, back to this. That's why the story, for me, it hits real deep. And again, parental guidance is suggested. This is not a comic book for kids. It's almost like reading or watching the Forensic Files or Unsolved Mysteries that you probably will watch on TV. The melodic way in which the book is written, I took my time to really read and analyze every page. The character expressions and behaviors, which are translated artistically, again, by the genius of and talent of artist Simon, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, Simon Kodransky. Again, it's very moody and atmospheric. And again, the book, it explores the demonic souls that people, if you can call them that, possess without being possessed by the supernatural or unholy apparitions. So, and I'll show you the last page here of the book. Let's see. And as you can see, as I said, it's very dark and moody. And the conversations have a very realistic or surreal feel to them. And here's the very last page, which is very creepy within itself. There's a lot of glare in there, so let me turn that around. All right, there you go. So yeah, almost looks like Jeepers Creepers. Let me bring that up a little bit more. Okay, there we go. And I'm sorry for that grainy video there. So, all right. And I mentioned the other books that he's publishing in the Spawn universe, and here they are. That's Sam and Twitch, Case Files, which is what we're looking at now, Rat City, Monolith, and Misery. Misery is a book I'm definitely interested in. That book is on my pull list, and I should have it in my next comic book review, which deals with Al Simmons' daughter, Cyan, and the after effects of having lost her dad being Spawn, and I believe she actually inherits the powers of the Hell Spawn. Let me lower the camera a little bit so you can actually see the book. There it is right there. One of the covers anyway for that story. Definitely am interested in reading that and see where they go with that character. So that's it. That's all. Just wanted to do this review of Sam and Twitch Case Files. This is a book for adults only. Again, for adults only. Oh, I also wanted to show this really quick. Again, I'm a huge Spawn Todd McFarlane fan, and you've seen this before, but I actually brought the Sam and Twitch action figures out here. I was so excited after reading the book. I actually brought the action figures out here from McFarlane Toys. So there they are, the action figures of Sam and Twitch, which are still available in stores, I think. Okay, see Sam and Twitch there. There's the side of the box. Here's the back of the box with that amazing artwork there. Very, very nice. So, all right. So Sam and Twitch from the Spawn universe. And again, let's bring this book back to the forefront here. So yes, Sam and Twitch Case Files, issue number 3. I can't wait to read issue number 4. And again, I just want to applaud Todd McFarlane on the wonderful work, the great work he continues to do in building his Spawn universe. Keep it up, man. If you're watching this video. All right, so that's it. That's all, y'all. Thank you for joining me. Again, happy Comic Book Wednesday. Peace, love, and hair grease.